Hello dear ones, and welcome to a new edition of PPC News. For the week from the 13th to the 27th of September, what are we talking about this week? New announcements from Google include a recap of resources for planning data in Google Hotel Center. For search campaigns, a small change in search terms to build audiences in YouTube videos and lessons learned from over 900 audits regarding incremental conversions. In beta and modifications. In allocation targeting, other updates are anticipated as we approach the last quarter and the shopping season. LinkedIn ads. What are brand lift studies and how do they work? Amazon has created a new AI video generator. Reddit now also has its campaign for better performing ads, the most effective according to the platform. So let's start with two extra pieces of content. The first comes from AJ Wilcox, and you can find it on linkedin.com. It is weekly newsletter, episode 147, where he talks about LinkedIn's free tool for conducting brand lift studies, or rather, measuring the increase in brand awareness. He explains what it is, how it works, and what the quite stringent requirements are to access and use it. I would like to refer back to a post from last week regarding the webinar that will take place on the 26th of September with 13. You will be with 13 of the most experienced participants in digital marketing who prepare for the final rush of 2024 in terms of digital marketing. News number 10. So, we enter the top 10. Amazon has announced a video generator powered by artificial intelligence, of course, which will allow the creation of videos to accompany product ads, starting simply from the product image and other specifications provided by the advertisers. News number 9. Thomas Hetzel on LinkedIn.com noticed a small change in the interface, I believe because there is essentially little change in the targeting of video campaigns on YouTube. Now, however, it is easier to create custom audiences based on what users have previously searched for, whereas before it was necessary to create them manually in the custom audiences. News number 8. Reddit is also launching its own ad library with a target and approach that is somewhat different from those of Google, Meta, LinkedIn, and TikTok, because here it is not actually about complying with the privacy requests of the European Union, but simply that Reddit, which is still very US-centric, just wants to provide inspiration to advertisers, so it showcases what it considers to be the best ads on the platform. News number 7. Meta has announced a series of updates for, needless to say, the shopping season. Here are all the specifications of what we can expect to be released in the coming days. These are all more or less things that have been seen and commented on before. But let's say it's still an official recap. So, news number 6. Bram van den Halen. Updates from the last week on Facebook, namely the usual weekly recap that Bram does to summarize the news and the updates that have been released recently. Among the most interesting and important things this week is change the location targeting, which refers to how Facebook identifies their relevant area of users to target, and it is now much more similar to their method used by Google. News number 5. Brody Kamazin, also on LinkedIn, is a study on the activation of a beta, the announcement of the activation of a beta for incremental conversions within Facebook. This is a very interesting development, as it could be the prelude to a change for campaigns specifically aimed at new business. News number 4. Rudolf Decker on LinkedIn reported an announcement from Google stating that data on available rooms and offers within Google Hotel Center will now be available for us to run search campaigns on Google at all times. Very interesting, because these data could clearly enrich search ads among the classics. Let's go to the podium. News number 3. A post made on the help section of the Merchant Center, where all the resources from Google are indeed linked, which Google makes available to advertisers to plan, guess what, the last quarter of 2024, that is, the shopping season. There are some interesting indications. And above all, Inc. has essentially everything that Google has made available to advertisers. News number 2. Silver medal. Here, first of all, is the official announcement of the news I hinted at earlier. So, conversational interfaces will be available in Spanish, French, and German. Typically, Italian follows shortly after, so we can expect that soon, along with a whole series of other news, including their most interesting one on LinkedIn. You can also find a more concise description and key points from George Zayakov regarding this same news. I was saying that perhaps the most operationally interesting news is the fact that Google has finally likely yielded to very strong pressures from all advertisers, both large and small, I finally adding negative keywords at the campaign level, even in Performance Max. This is obviously very, very, very good news indeed for all advertisers who need to better define where their campaigns appear extremely. News number 1. On pp0.com, there is a guest post by Sarah Sal, which outlines the key lessons she has deduced after conducting over 900 audits. On Facebook and LinkedIn campaigns, there are some very interesting observations in this post that I absolutely recommend you read. Well, that's all for this week. See you next time. Bye.